So our first speakers are the first time that we have invited two speakers on for the same talk. And this dynamic duo is certainly remarkable on their own, but remarkable in our 7-year history for TEDxBishopsU. They are inextricable, linked with their vision to take over social media and to disrupt the narratives and to model messy journeys and to live life unfiltered. They are both in their 4th year in business, in the Williams School of Business at Bishop's University. They're twins, they're dynamic, and they have taken social media by storm. I joined Instagram for them. I believe Michael Goldblum has also joined Instagram because of them. So it is my distinct pleasure to welcome to the stage Teagan and Keisha Simpson. Please welcome them.
If you spent the day around people who were 7 feet tall, would you begin to feel short? If you spent the day around people who walked twice the normal speed of you, would you feel slow? Probably most of us, if not all of us, would answer yes to these questions. As young women, we are constantly fed images of beauty and perfection on social media. Every hour of every day, we are shown the most beautiful and happiest moments of our peers. And like anyone, we are affected by this. A study conducted in 2018 found that the greater use of social media is strongly correlated with a lower self-esteem and a greater need for belonging. We see ourselves as relative to our surroundings. Our self-view is greatly affected by our peers. My name is Keisha, and this is my sister Teagan. Being twins, we have felt the pressure of comparison, both on Instagram and between each other. Today, we want to address the issues with social media, how they are affecting young women, and what we believe is a potential viable solution. On Instagram, I post photos that portray a really exciting life. I look happier than reality, and frankly, prettier than I actually am. I have photos of me traveling, helping kids in Africa, dancing at a Taylor Swift concert, and of course, lots of photos of my friends. My Instagram account shows snapshots of my life, or aspects of it. My happiest, most beautiful, and exciting moments. And that's all. And this is the norm. Most young women, if not all of us, do this. Social media's culture encourages us to share a highlight reel of our very best moments. And while there's nothing wrong with this in itself, it does contribute to an inaccurate belief of what our lives are actually like. So yes, most of us are aware that photos we see are often staged, edited, or filtered. We all know this, but we also forget. Scrolling endlessly, inundated with picture-perfect photos, our unconscious mind compares our lives and flaws to the perceived perfections of others. I can't tell you the number of times I've thought, if I was her, I would be so happy. I'm comparing my life to complete strangers, people I know nothing about beyond their Instagram. And these comparisons are dangerous. In fact, it's been proven. The Journal of Communications conducted a study which found that the use of social media increases a young girl's obsessive surveillance of her own body. Guilty. Here's the thing. If we only post one photo a week, then it's probably our highlight. We probably look happy, beautiful, and suggesting that we're having a lot of fun. At least, these are the types of photos I post. Now, each week has 168 hours, or 10,080 minutes. So if we post just the very best minute of our week, then it's not an accurate representation of what our week was actually like. It excludes everyday stuff like waking up early, going to work, being bored in class, watching Netflix. It doesn't show the regular moments of our lives, let alone the tough ones. Here's an example of a photo from my own Instagram. This is a photo of an event at our school, a much anticipated night where everyone goes all out, sporting their most fashionable outfits. I bought a brand new dress, spent 2 hours on my hair and makeup, and then another hour with my friends taking photos in our living room. The crazy thing is, I didn't even go to the party. After these photos were taken, I stayed home crying by myself because I didn't feel beautiful. Feeling confident in my body is something that I struggle with a lot. My point, though, is you wouldn't have known this based on this photo. In fact, if you were to judge who I am solely based on my Instagram account, you would have an inaccurate idea of what my life is actually like. Instagram is not always what it seems.
Last winter, I realized that social media was affecting my self-esteem. More specifically, I was comparing my biggest insecurity, which is my legs, to other girls' legs on Instagram. So as a result, I decided that I would delete the app in the hopes that removing social media from my life would help me overcome this. But this didn't work because a week later, I just re-downloaded it. And even after a few attempts, I could not remove it. So I tried a different strategy. I followed a variety of Instagram accounts relating to body positivity in the hopes that they'd bring perspective and balance to my own feed. But none of these accounts worked because they all had one single thing in common. They were telling me that I was beautiful. They were telling Keisha Simpson that her legs were perfect just the way they were. In theory, this is a great message, but it doesn't actually work. At least it didn't for me. Telling me that I am beautiful just the way I am is my mom's job. But hearing this generic message, it really did little for my self-esteem. But do you know what did help me? Hearing that a girl that I thought was beautiful also had insecurities. Understanding that my peers also felt this way, now that was helpful. So I began searching for an account that showed this, an account that I could relate to with real young women who presented themselves fully, with insecurities and struggles. But this account did not exist. I never found it. So that is why we have decided to create it ourselves. Live Life Unfiltered.
Live Life Unfiltered is a brand, an Instagram account, and a social media movement. This campaign was designed to remind young women that beyond these perfect photos is still a girl with insecurities and bad days.
We want to encourage females to relate and understand our similarities instead of comparing our differences. Social media pressures are real. Acknowledging this is key. So is talking about it.
So let's continue the conversation. To clarify,
We are not suggesting anyone delete Instagram.
we are not down on selfies or posting, but instead,
We want to improve the Instagram experience for young women.
we want to diminish the negative impact by bringing a fresh perspective to our feed. We have created an Instagram account where we post photos daily of young women that are unedited, unfiltered, and not posed. These photos are paired with pertinent captions that reflect the woman's feelings towards social media, body image, and her relationship, showing a side women typically do not share online.
So for the last few months, we've been setting up our Live Life Unfiltered photo booth on different campuses in Ontario and Quebec. We approach strangers and briefly share our story and movement. In no time, women typically open up, relating to us on a personal level from similar experiences and mutual understandings. Through genuine conversations, we capture quotes and images of hundreds of young women, none of which are filtered or staged.
We want to add a fresh look to our Instagram feed, bring back a healthy perspective, and remind us all that there is a relatable story beyond the posts.
And so, we officially launched 3 months ago on November 1st. The progress and support that we have received from other young women has by far exceeded our expectations. In addition to launching our Instagram account at Live Life Unfiltered, we also launched with a photo challenge that introduced our hashtag, #AsSheIs. This was a simple photo challenge that encouraged young women to post an unfiltered photo to our hashtag and to nominate 2 of their friends to do the same.
Now, truthfully, we were hoping for maybe 50 girls to participate. Over 700 posted in the first few days. Most of these were Canadian university-aged females. But since then, we've had young women participate in 14 different countries. We were taken by the number of women who took the time to participate, but even more so, by their willingness to share not just an unfiltered photo, but by opening up genuinely and honestly, admitting to insecurities, stress, and the pressure to post a perfect photo.
This is a girl who participated in the As She Is challenge and who has agreed to let us share her photo. Now, obviously, this young woman is absolutely beautiful. But on November 1st, what she posted was very different from anything she has ever shown online before. In her caption, she discloses her biggest insecurity, facial acne. She speaks to her use of multiple filters and to carefully positioning her face to hopefully hide her acne. On November 1st, when she came forward and was transparent on Instagram about her own insecurities, others were able to relate. Her vulnerability and willingness to share helped to remind others that it's okay if you do not feel beautiful or confident all the time, because no one does. Now, clearly, this is not the type of thing she would typically post. But on November 1st, this woman, along with 700 others, chose to live life unfiltered by participating in the As She Is challenge. This is just one example. There are so many other posts just like this. The thing is, individually, I would not have had the courage to share what I posted on November 1st. But because I was not alone, but with a group of young women, I was able to do it. Brave together as a group, we were able to go against Instagram's culture and bring perspective to our followers' feed. Our mission is to have the As She Is challenge spread across North America and bring a refreshing perspective to Instagram. The thing is, Teagan and I alone can never make this happen. But with a group of 100, 200, 1,000 other young women, there is nothing we are not capable of. We've realized this, that as a team, we can make change. Instagram is a valued tool in today's society, essentially a necessity to our culture. But from our experience of talking to hundreds of young women, it can come at a cost, negatively affecting our self-esteem as we endlessly compare. But what if we can change that? What if Instagram became a place where we can share our life without these pressures or expectations for the photos to be perfect? What if we all realize that no one feels happy, beautiful, or confident all the time? What if a team of young women came together to change the way we use social media? What if we lived life unfiltered? Thank you.